Right. Okay. Let's try again, shall we? Okay, right. Let's do it. Let's do it in free flight. And let's see if we can get it to work. This airplane, I do want to fly the 737. We'll just absolutely rattle through it though for the start up. There we go. And we'll go passengers. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's go business. And we'll go private static, there we go. We'll go for the private version. And we'll fly, let's have a look what a nice night approach would be. We'll go from Madeira. We'll go from ramp A1 and let's go to, where should we fly to? Don't want to do Innsbruck. Let's just go to Manchester, I think. We'll go to Manchester and we'll do it live weather. How do we do that? How do we select live again? Flight conditions. Live. 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 There we go. Perfect. Live airport traffic. Okay, nothing there at the moment. Cool. Right, let's do it. Let me just go back onto SimBrief. New flight. And we're going from LPMA, and we're going to EGCC in the 737 MAX. Just trying to find it on SimBrief. The 737. There we are. Cool. Right, let's go. So we arriving into Manchester at night. Is it night time at Madeira? Looks like it. There we are. And here we are. Okay, so it's still day at Madeira. So have a quick look. That's looking fine. Perfect. Okay. Let's have a go. So turn the battery on. There we go. I'll bring our panel lights down, shall we? Circuit breaker lights down. We've only got one mode there. Cool. Okay, so we've got enough fuel to get to the UK. So fuel pumps on. Let's start the APU. With the APU starting, we'll also put on the nav lights. At the same time, we'll rattle through the checklists here whilst that's doing that. I won't go through it like I did on the last stream. We'll literally just get it ready to go. So I'm not going to talk through it as we go. I'll just get it done because I do want to get up in the air and get this done. Cool. Okay. APU is ready. APU on. APU bleed on. And we're going to be flying at, let me just generate that flight. Let's see the flight plan. We're going to be flying at 35,000. Right, I'm just going to mute my mic a minute. Okay, sorry for that. I was on the phone. Right, just going through this slowly as we do it. Just make sure that it does line up, that we're taking off runway 05. Yes, it does. Flight director, perfect. Okay, quickly come down here. Yep. Do the FMC in a minute. Projector takeoff. Takeoff config warning. It's working. Everything else down there looking good. Okay, down here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so let's get my route planned in here. So engine rating 28k, AirAC is correct. Position information, we are at LPMA. Good, there we go. Okay. Route. Next, has it got a route in? No, it's not. Good. So let's put our route in. We're going to go on 05, so arrival, departure arrival, 05. And we're going to take the Degen 1 Echo departure. There we go. And let's have a look at the transitions. Not active. Perfect. So route. Next. So via Degen, we're then going to go to Marham. You going to bed, babe?
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
Night night. To Marham. That's direct. Then go to Asmar. That's direct. Then we'll go to Demos. So Demos there. Then from Demos we're going to go to Sosof. S-O-S-O-V. It didn't save. Demos, that's why. Demos. Sosov. Next page. Sosov. Then Ampop. Pop. And then from Ampop we're going to Siddi. S-I-D-D-I. Siddi. And E-Pace. Akop. Moko. P16 to Axis. Axis. And then it'll be execute that and then arrive 0. No, we need to do the arrival. We're going to arrive on the Axis 1 mic for ILS 05 right. There we are. Via key not active, brilliant. Execute. Go on to the route again. Legs. Yep. Good, 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 good. And we're going to go direct onto that. Next. Cool. Ideal. So let's get this sorted now. VNAV. We're going to fly at 350. There we are. Set that. Below 10,000. We've got a flight at 240. There we are. Good. Good. That's fine. Okay, cool. Ideal. Let's do this. 0 fuel weight is there. Reserves are 5. Cost index 10, insufficient fuel, we'll look at that in a second. Transition average 5,000, performance. Okay, insufficient fuel. Let's have a look. 10.3, 3.7. Okay, that's going to be plenty for when we get up there. Probably get a little bit more, but it's fine. 3.7 is okay. Cool. Okay. Takeoff data then. N1 limit. We're going to select the takeoff 28k and the climb profile 1. Flaps 5. Center of gravity. And our V speeds. 119, 121, 136. Perfect. Right, we're ready to go. 136. Okay, let's get pushback. Okay, let's go back. Let's try something else because that's not working. Ah. Okay, route. Let's go LPMA. Frequencies. Okay. We're going to depart to the north. Why doesn't it let me do it? Hello mate, you alright? I don't like the free flight air traffic control. Mate, I'm having no issues with this. At all. Except for... Request pushback, there we go.
Madeira ground. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er requesting pushback. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er. Pushback request accepted.
I don't think I've ever taken off from here on runway 05. Yeah, look, no issues whatsoever of going outside. It's a career mode thing. Okay, steer the plane to the left.
Madeira ground. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
I've gone the wrong way, and yeah, I've gone the wrong way. I
Boeing
knew as soon as I
Sierra
said that
Alpha
then.
Quebec 459er. Your request has been
Ah,
transmitted to the
I'll be right.
operator.
We'll keep going left. Don't want to bang into the EasyJet though.
Madeira ground. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er requesting the end of pushback.
No, I couldn't find it, mate. I haven't looked to be fair, but I do need to have another look. Okay, perfect. Right. That's it. Cool. Right. To clearance, can I request engine start here? Ground services. No. Okay, no I can't, so I'll just start it. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It's a lot easier. Right, what I do need to do in a minute is I'll get rid of this panel lights. And because that is really bright. I don't like it that bright. I want it dark. There we go. That's how I like it. Let's have a look. We'll turn these on now. There we go. That's how I much prefer it. Like a dark cockpit. Cool. And we'll just check, make sure this is good as well. Perfect. Although it's quite bright. Let's bring it down. Cool. So we'll land using that as well. Cool. Right. Let's start the engines. Everything's good there. Let's start them. So 5, 6. Wait for a motor. There's the motor. Engine number 1 on. We're going to go for trim of 5. There we are. Okay, hydraulics are live. Engine number 1 is now igniting. There we go. We've got ignition. Okay. Whilst that's doing that, let me just increase my range and set to plan. Okay. Okay, that's number 1 started. And turn on number 1 generator. We'll keep the APU bleed on for a minute. Number 2 started as well. Six, 7, 8, 9. It did go up, didn't it? Yeah, it did go up. It's just taking its sweet time. I think my iPad's just died now, isn't it? Oh, what's going on here? Where's my iPad? Here's David. There we are. Perfect. Okay, my display's still quite bright. Can I bring that down? Okay, that's fine. Oh, parking brake won't set. Better put that on. Okay, so let's do after start checklists. APU can come off now. We'll go from APU bleed to engine bleeds to packs to auto and verify isolation valve to auto, circulation patterns to on. Taxi lights. Steady. On there. Wing lights, wheel well lights, logo lights, continuous, land lights to off, check everything else for you. Taxi, that's good, everything's good there. Look in here, 050 35,000, 136 for the speed, vertical speed, flight directors on, rejector takeoff set, flaps to 5 please. Trim is set, stab trim set. We'll set that in a second. Right, let's get taxi clearance, shall we?
Madeira ground, Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er with Quebec. Request taxi to the active, north departure.
Okay, flight control check.
Boeing Sierra
Full right.
Alpha Quebec
Full left.
459er.
Forward.
Taxi to and hold
Back.
short of runway 05.
Rudder right.
Via taxiway.
Rudder left.
Alpha Charlie Cross runway 05. Contact tower on 124.66 when ready.
Okay.
Taxi to and hold short runway 05 via taxiway. Alpha Charlie Cross runway 05.
VFR.
Boeing
We can
Sierra
go up to
Alpha
IFR in a minute
Quebec
probably.
459er.
Okay. We'll slow down here. We'll get everything ready to go from here. So we will go for lights first. Strobes. Landing lights. Continuous. Runway turn off lights. Off. Taxi. And lights. Oh, I've got another phone call. Excuse me a minute.
Madeira Tower, Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er at runway 05, ready for departure, north departure. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er, QNH 1021 departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway 05. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er. Did you copy? Cleared for takeoff runway 05. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec
Right, full fun of games.
459er.
Okay, ready to go. So, left. Right, we will taxi down to the end of the runway. We're good to go. It's not very good, that, is it? How'd you get it right? I've literally got to be here, haven't I? To fly it. Okay, just about to depart from Madeira. Just checking everything, make sure we're good. Taxi to the end of here, we'll turn around and we'll head off. Set that to arm, shall we? There we go. Trim set, flaps set. Cool. Turn around here. We have got an aircraft landing, so we'll stop for a minute. Air traffic control didn't tell us about that, did they? Free for a minute. Wait for him to get off the runway. Just make sure we've got nothing else here. Oh, we've got an EasyJet want to take off with us as well, apparently. This is the problem with free flight. Is he going to try and beat me?
Air Portugal 169.
This is good.
Exit runway when able.
So if that's an EasyJet, I should imagine that's flying back with us to the UK, so we'll fly with it, shall we? Shall we have a go? See if it's accurate? What I should do is have a look on flight radar, see if that is it. We'll fly with it. We'll fly alongside it. Look at this, synchronised planes.
Air Portugal 169 tree. Turn
If
next
that takes off at the
taxiway.
same time as us. Okay, auto throttle to on. Once his wings gone through me. Once it takes off, we'll take off. We'll go through it. We'll fly with it. There you go, he's going. Bit of wake turbulence. We'll go with him, shall we? Yeah, let's do it.
Air Portugal 169 tree. Contact ground on 124.66.
There we go. So we'll follow that EasyJet.
Easy 7628. You are not clear to take off.
He's just getting told off.
124.66 for Air
I
Portugal.
don't know what the alarm's going off for because we've got everything set. I'll have a look in a second. I should have aborted, but
Easy 7628. You are not clear to take off.
there we go. I don't know what that's for because we've got everything set. Okay, positive rate, gear up.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er. Continue for north departure.
Will do.
Madeira ground. Air Portugal
Heading
169
around
tree.
here.
Request taxi to the gate.
Let's
Air Portugal
trim.
169er tree. Taxi to gate Alpha 10 via taxiway Bravo Alpha. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er. Leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Madeira Tower. Boeing
Okay,
Sierra
flaps
Alpha
coming up to flaps 2.
459er. Frequency change.
Okay, let's set the autopilot on. Oh my god, now my camera's not working. There we go. VNav, LNav, Command A. There we go. Flaps fully up. Why isn't it following the route? That's an FMC snag, so let's quickly fix that. There we go, that'll sort that. There you go, now it's fixed it. There's an FMC snag. It didn't compute that we'd gone through the first waypoint. He's FMC, oh, okay. Interesting. Where's he gone? I don't know where he's gone now. I think he's out of our sight, isn't he? I don't know where he's gone. Okay, let's get your flight. Our engine starts back to off. Keep the land lights on until we get to 10,000 feet. Everything else looking good. Monitoring these here. Saying it's insufficient fuel. We know we're going to land with less fuel. We're not landing. We're landing with 3, and we'll set the anti-skid to off now as well. Now we'll set our air brake to down. Should be ahead of you. I can't even see him. He's disappeared. Right, 10,000 feet. Let's turn those land lights off. Same heading. I'll catch up with it unless that's him there. Well, that could be a star. I don't know. Right, you can't skip to descent in. Can you skip to descent in free flight? Or do you have to speed the sim up? Can I skip to descent? I don't know. Okay, he should be accelerating now. There we are. Now I need to simulate. Oh, that's me trying to move the camera and it's not registered the camera move. So it's pitched up. Sim rate. Okay, we'll do that in a second. Because I'm not flying to Manchester without increasing the speed. Just checking everything here. We'll get into the cruise first. And then we'll increase it. Just checking all this here. Panel lights. And there. What's good is they got rid of that that dome light, didn't they? The light that was always on back here. What I can't figure out is how to turn my flight displays down. Here you go, is this it? There it is, get on. That's what we want. Because they are way too bright. That's it, nice and dark on the cockpit. Can you turn this off? It used to be it's an Airbus thing in it to turn that off. How do I turn this down? Brightness. That's literally as low as it goes. Right on. Cool, that's it. So we'll get up to the cruise. Once we're at the cruise, we'll increase the sim rate. There's an airport there, look. What airport is that we're going past? Porto Santo. In Central Papua New Guinea called Grassa. A in is Basilman. Oh, that could be it. Basilman. I tell you what, let's increase the sim rate here, and that does seem familiar. Right, here we go. Here comes the dolphin, the porpoise. Look at that. Hope no one's what is it? Epileptic? Yeah, if you suffer from epilepsy, I wouldn't watch this for a minute. Let's get the big screen on, so if people do end up watching this and they do suffer from that, they're not going to start having a fit. Bear in mind, our flight plan is different to this one here. Right, let's increase that sim rate again. That's going to be dodgy. Look at that bank, angular bank. There we go, it's bringing us back around. This is where it flies off. Let's get it straight. This is the worst thing about sim rate. 1, 2, 3. Let's let it get back on course, and then we'll do it again. What I should have done is just a flight to Portugal or something. And to be fair, we could do it to Portugal or Spain. Actually, in front of it, you can use slew mode with Shift Z. Shift Z. What is that? What do I have to do for that? So Shift Z. How do I use this? What do I do now? I've never used it, mate. I have no idea what that means. I know that you can pull your plane somewhere, can't you? I don't know how to use it. Now you can control your left stick up. Oh, okay, so Control Z. You control your left stick up, down. Oh, Shift Z, isn't it? Shift Z. Let's slew mode. Up, down. Okay. Ah, I see. Ah, mate, you're a genius. I'll get us over Cornwall, then I'll leave it. So, basically, I'm currently going at 8,000 miles an hour. That's 38,000 feet. Get over Cornwall. Over R2 to climb. Okay, right. We're pretty much there. Hang on a minute, that's not real. There we are. Slow down. I'll descend 35,000, which is where I was. Okay, Shift and Z. Oh, mate. Let that settle. I've never done that before. So let's find out where we need to go to next. Because at the moment that's flying wherever it wants to go. There we go. And get down. So let's Command A that. There we go. Cool. Can you use that to line up to the landing practice too? Oh, I do. There's something. I've never done that before. That's pretty good. Cool. So let's go and cool, so it lines up nicely. So that does add up quite well, doesn't it? I think. What is our next waypoint that we're heading for? City. Cool. Can we contact London Control? Manchester, no, here we go. Ah, it's not IFR, I suppose, so. Cool, we're just about above my work. I wonder if we can see it. It's actually quite realistic. It's looking outside, I can still see the sun. Let's have a look where we are. So, let's see if I can see my work. My work is down there. So my work runway, you can just see it down there, look. That's Halston. There's Coldrose. Got Bredanic down there. That's St Ives, which means Newquay is, I can't see why, Newquay's there, I think. Newquay Airport there. And then we're coming up to Plymouth here, which means Exeter is up here. Cool. So this element of it will only take about 25 minutes, I reckon, to get down. Let me just check the sim rate. 5, 56, 57, 58. Yeah, perfect. Cool. Right, what I can do now is I can start tuning from Manchester. So we're going to be landing on 05 right, I believe, at Manchester. 05 right, so let's start tuning for that. EGCC. Charts. Arrival. And we're going to be going 05 right. Approach ILS Demi 05 right. Cool. So 3000, 3000. ILS frequency is 11155. 11155. And course 051. I'm just going to start descending us a little bit actually. We're a little bit high still, although our ground speed, currently got a crosswind of 52 knots, but our ground speed is 412. Which isn't too bad. Just going to reset the speeds. Make sure, because that was just stuck then. There we are. Perfect. Doesn't take us long. I've not done night flight for a while actually. Cool, we'll keep that going just for a minute. I will get down to 35,000 feet. Front level change. Confirm descent. Come on. There we go. It has to reduce the speed first, doesn't it? And then VNav. That'll get us down. Hopefully, it should get us down. Wait, is my FMC set to 38,000? No. Level change. There we go. Shouldn't have brought us back up then. Okay, it's a little bit early, but we can start getting our configuration for landing. Now we can start programming for it as well. Now we're going to land with 30 degrees flaps, speed of 126. Perfect. Let's have a look at what the wind's like at Manchester at the moment. It's been quite strong today here. However, 9 knots to 20, so we're fine, there's no gusts. Cool, so the wind correction of 5 is fine. Right, we'll just wait till we get over it. We're just come over towards Plymouth now. There we go. It's just set me up at 35,000 feet, although it's holding at 36. There we go, it's taking us down, hopefully. I don't know why it's holding at 36,000. What's my QNH set at? QNH is 1021. Manchester QNH is 1002. But we should be on 1013 here. So we'll go 1013. There we go, that's why. Cool. And we'll tune. Let's send this to ATC. I'll bring our arrival onto the Axiom at 1 mic. Direct change procedure. Switch to IFR. Now here we go. Hopefully now I can contact Manchester Centre and they can take us in. No, it's not letting us do it. Right, ignore that. We'll carry on. Okay, we're heading up to City now. Let's go on this FMC. Legs. There we are. So we're about 90 miles from top of descent at the moment. So let's have a look at our checklist here. Let's get our 737 checklist. Just gonna get our speeds up. Oh, we're good. We are good there. Personalization land altitude, we'll set that in a minute. Cool, ideal. So let's get our land altitude for 05 right. I think it's 140, isn't it? $211. There we go. Cool. Oh, that's looking good. Ideal. Heading over Bristol now. Should be able to see Bristol Airport. Where is it? That's a little bit further up, I think. Plymouth down there, up behind us. And we'll probably use our HUD as we come in as well. So again, I wish that a bit of work needed on that, I think, as well. Because look, I have to be right up to it to use it. Close that for a minute. Won't be long. Won't be long. Do. Right, so heading over Bristol, as we go into Manchester, soon starting our descent into Manchester for 05 right. What I might do is speed this up in a second, just to get us to our descent. And then we switch to manual mode and fly it ourselves. So I'm just going to speed up to get us there. There we go. Okay, we'll set it down because the aircraft's going to lose control otherwise. There we go, which is what happens. See how far away we are from our top of descent. Cool, 36 miles really. So we'll make sure it's viewed, we can see it on here. By taking out our range, it should give us a circle saying TD. It doesn't. So by Mocco, we need to be at 255, so let's make sure that our VNav data is set. There we go, let's get that in. Load that. Yeah, it is, you're right. Okay. Perfect. So have I got a top percent? I've not got a top percent on here. It's not giving it to me. Which is fine. So let's just make sure that I'm in 1 second. 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah. Cool. So this is our route here. You can see as we come in, we can come in, round and down. What I'm going to do though is to speed things up, we're going to cancel out Wallasey and we're going to cancel out Morsey. Is that Morsey? Mersey. So, little shortcut, legs. We're going to clear Wallasey. So delete Wallasey, not clear it. Delete Wallasey. We're going to delete Mersey. And then we're going to get the 11-mile marker there. So now what that's doing is we'll fly from here. I'll turn right, go down there, instead of going up to the north of the airfield. So with that in mind, looking at where we are now, our top of the descent, I don't know why it's not showing, though it is saying we need to be at axis for 200. Showing with heading and holding out with zip, so it can help play more steady. Ah, okay. You see how often I do it? I don't do it very often at all. Okay. At Akpop, we'll start our descent into Moko. And at Moko, we need to be at flight level 258. So we'll get that ready. And when we get to flight level 100, we'll take over ourselves. So we'll set that to 100. Because that'll be the indicator I need to turn the landing lights on as well. So it's weird how this is working absolutely fine in this mode, but in career mode, it's pants. I don't get it. We get flight level 200 at axis. So this works. There we go, perfect. So it's, hopefully it's got my... No, it's still not done it. Should set my rate of descent here. Okay. Cool. What's happening? There we go, it's just turning on to that. Cool, still no descent profile selected. Good evening, how are we? Level change mode selected. Perfect. Good. Cool, ideal, right. Yeah, all good here, mate. How are you? You okay? We're just beginning our approach, or our descent, shall I say, into Manchester. We just flew from Madeira, so we're going to do a night landing into Manchester this evening. There we go, there's the top of descent now, look. So we'll select back to VNav. Same old, what simulator? So this is Flight Simulator 24 on a PS5. As you can tell, the graphics, whilst they're good, they're not as steely as the PlayStation. With that being said, we've had our fair share of issues this evening with it. So let's set to map mode, and what's he set to over here? He's set to map mode as well. Cool, ideal. Yeah, so just beginning our descent into Manchester now. There we go. Weather radar's working now, which is good as well on this. There's something that's not been working for a while. Train's working, weather's working, and also airport data as well. There we are. And then what we'll do is when we get to flight level 100, we'll take over control ourselves. So let me just verify my landing speeds again. I think it's 142. No, it's 126. 126. Cool. I think I've got everything configured at the moment. Auto brakes to 3. Speed brake should be armed. Yes, it is. Perfect. And let's get the data from Manchester. Have a passion flying. Yep. So I've done quite a bit in the real world. I don't fly anymore. The last time I flew was about a year ago. But I work on helicopters for a living as well. So yeah, passion's there. Mainly for the engineering side, but yeah, can be seen on here quite often having a whiz on these. Very rare it is though that I fly these. Usually I'm flying around in a Cessna or a H125 helicopter. So helicopters mainly where my passion is. And again, I think it's because I'm kind of biased. It's because I work on them, so I'm quite biased with that. Okay, let's bring the HUD up a minute. Family, basically. So when I was starting to look and go through it, we had children, so that was the main reason behind it. But it was just time as well. I found it for the time to commit to it was difficult to commit to it. I think it's probably the best reason I've got really. As I've got a little bit older, because I'm 38 now, it's something that I'm definitely going to be getting back into. Supposed to be going to Wales this morning because I do quite a bit of gliding as well. Supposed to be going to Wales, but that got cancelled. The Chinook, yeah, absolutely. So I've been fortunate enough. I've flown in Chinook twice. Been really fortunate with that. They are probably one of my favourite helicopters as well. They pretty much defy engineering, don't they? Though with how they work. Well, I say that it's just obviously rotor blades are spin in different directions, which say counter the torque reaction on it. But it's a brilliant aircraft. It's probably one of my favourite. If it weren't for the fact that it's the Royal Air Force that operate them, there would probably be what I work on. Definitely. Okay, we are a little bit fast, but we're okay. How about yourself? Do you fly or flight sim enthusiast or anything like that? Going to be nowhere near Manchester at the moment to contact them. What I will do is I will tune their tower so they approach in straight away if I can. Currently second year. What are you studying?
Manchester Center, Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er is type Boeing N738B, 1 mile southwest of Echo Golf Tango 4 Juliet, flight level 250. Request flight following.
Automotive engineering. Okay, what do you want to do? Is that to work on is that to work on cars, or are you doing that as a stepping stone to something else? 2572. 572.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er. Radar contact 3 miles north of Echo Golf Tango 4 Juliet. Flight level 240.
Yeah, you've got us. And I just need to verify my speeds again. 136 landing speed, 126. Perfect. So now we're with Manchester Centre. They'll follow us and take us all the way down to Manchester Airport, hopefully. Just need to get this saying right on the HUD. Honestly, I was going to go in a motorsport policy F1, but I'm thinking towards, hang on, let's just cut off from PlayStation and log on to YouTube. A flight course now. In what sense? Is it flying you want to do, or is it aircraft engineering you want to do? I feel like it would be a missed opportunity not to go for it. No, so I've got a few friends of mine that have gone from being students to flying. Yeah, perfect. I mean, it all depends. How old? I'm guessing are you? If you're in uni, I'm guessing I'm going to assume you just started uni, so you're what, going to be 19, maybe 20? Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll turn on the landing lights now. Correct. Yeah, so, I mean, if you're into uni, my assumption's going to be you've got A-levels. If you've got A-levels, and a cheap way of learning to fly, if you're willing to do it, is to join the military. So you can join the Army, the Navy, or the Air Force and become a pilot. You obviously have flying aptitude tests, and the waiting lists are quite long because obviously it's high in demand. It's a really good, cheap way of getting into it. And I can't remember what your return of service is now for a pilot in the forces, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, let's bring the range down here. And let's get which regiment do you recommend most? You've been in the Army, so I'm not in the Army, so I work in the Navy, so I'm an aircraft engineer in the Navy. So my experience that I've got is all around the Navy, really, and working with obviously Navy pilots and that. I think it depends on what you want to fly. So obviously the Army, they more attack helicopters than anything, Apache, Wildcat, etc. And the Royal Air Force, they've got a whole range of aircraft. You know, the A400, you could do the C-17, Chinook, F-35, Tornado, or the Navy. The Navy operate F-35s. They operate, what else do we operate? Merlin and Wildcat as well. So it all depends. But we also operate drones as well now. It all depends on what you want to do. With regards to how it usually works is for most of the forces is you'll go and do your flying aptitude test, and if you're going in, for example, as a pilot, you'll go and do your pilot training, and they'll tell you where they want you to go. So a lot of people think that Top Gun pilots, you know, the F-35, the Tornado pilots, the best pilots in the world. It's a myth. They're not the best pilots in the world, but what they are is they show a capability to be able to multitask better than most. If you imagine a helicopter pilot, or you imagine an Atlas pilot or something, where you're flying quite slow, there's not much to do, you've got a crew behind you. What will also happen is if you excel in flight training, for anything other, or for stuff other than your flying. So if you can multitask, for example, that's exactly what you need to do in a fast jet. So in an F-35, you're the only one. You need to be flying, whilst at the same time, whilst you're flying, you're also, you know, laying bombs down and surveillance and all that sort of stuff. So you're operating all the aircraft systems. That's what they're looking for. So it absolutely all depends on what you want to do. I mean, inclined to do the RAF. Imagine flying a bloody F-35. Yeah. So again, if you're good, there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't do it. And again, just bear in mind as well, is like with the Navy also have F-35 squadrons as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off the autopilot, and we're going to fly this ourselves. So autopilot's coming off. There we are. And we'll just close that in case we need to. and we'll fly it ourselves now. So we'll use the HUD. Talk you through this, what we can see at the moment. So I've got my airspeed here. So as soon as we get to 10,000 feet, we can't fly above 250 knots. This triangle here, this is my height. So at the moment it's above where I need to be. So that means I'm descending too much. So I'll pull back on the stick slightly and you'll see that will come back. If I come back on the stick, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to catch up with it as well. There we go. And then I use a thing called trim now to combat that. There we are. Acknowledge that. And I'll come below it again. Again, I'll just trim nicely for it. At the moment this has been a little bit funny. Tune lift for approach, and then we're about to start our turn now into Manchester. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the throttles back. And I'm going to turn.
13,000. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er. Liverpool approach.
Tell you what, let's get rid of this. It's putting me off.
Radar contact continue.
If it'll let me. There we are.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er contact Manchester Center on 118.775. Good day. 118.775. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er.
Okay, gets a little bit to think about now. Just off my flight path a little bit, so we'll bring it round. There we go, we lost this because we've lost our maps, look. So I'll bring that back in. Tune back to Manchester Centre. There we go, that's better.
Manchester Center, Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er, 11,500. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er.
Next 1002.
Manchester Center, QNH 1002. Radar contact continue. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er contact. Liverpool approach on 119.855.
Let's bring my QNH down. 1002. There we go. I'll acknowledge that. I'll start turning back onto here.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er.
It's fine so far. Now what I'm going to do now,
Sierra Alpha Quebec 459er, 9,700.
just have a look, see what we've got here.
Boeing Sierra Alpha
Nothing at the
Quebec
moment.
459er, Liverpool approach, QNH 1002, radar contact continue.
There we go. So at 9,000 feet now, the land lights are on. Can't go any faster than 250 knots. We're okay at the moment. If you have a look at where we are now, you can see we're kind of coming onto the approach now. So what we're going to start doing now is I'm going to set speed mode. So I'm going to come off that. And we're going to bring our speed down. To 150. And we're going to start bringing our flaps in now. So the first thing I need to do though is bring my air brakes out. So my air brakes now are deployed, and you'll see that I start slowing down. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Speak to you soon. Okay, so that's me trying to trim. There you go, speed brake's coming in now. As those speed brake's coming in, it's going to want me to descend. I need to trim for that for a minute. There we go. And there's the runway here. So what I can do now is I've set this to approach. You can see I'm quite a bit above the glide slope and to the right. So I'm going to start flying in towards it. I'll bring my flaps in now. Glide slope's coming back. Looking at this now here. There we are. Okay, speed we're good. Air brake's coming back out. We can start bringing our flaps in now and bring the gear down. Okay, so gears coming down. I'm checking this now. Checking I've got 3 greens. Yes, and I'm monitoring my flaps now as we go in. So I'm going to bring my flaps back again. I know my land speed is 126. We'll bring up the speed here back to 126. We'll let the aircraft manage that. We'll go at 130. Okay, you can see now I'm on the glide slope and I'm turning left towards the runway. You'll see the runway in just a second. There we go. So I'm now managing this a little bit above the glide slope. So coming back out. Next lot of flaps. I need to be at flaps 30. So we're going to trim now. Can't see the runway just yet because of the cloud, but it's okay. Trust your instruments here. I'm still a little bit below that glide slope, so I'm going to bring the speed back. Watching that speed. Bring my flaps back to 130. Engine's coming in. Stopping me from stalling. I'm now flying on instruments, so I can't look outside, so I'm using these now. There we go. Cool, so come down. Still can't see the runway, but again, flying on instruments here. I'm just following this screen there. There you go, there's the runway. I've got it now, so it's this one here we're landing on. Seem a little bit high, but we're fine. Okay, so I'm going to line up. Right on par with that runway now. So again, going to trim for that. Okay, flaps 30, green light, landing gear down, 3 greens. We're ready to land. Okay, I'm switching now. This will tell us that we can land in a second. Okay, switching now to the visual approach. So for that, I'm just going to set myself up a little bit better. There we are. You can see that engine's powering up. We're going to level off here for a minute. Okay, now the idea is to keep that runway just above my dash here. So if I go above, like this, I can no longer see it. I'm going to overfly it. If I have it below like this, I'm going to hit the deck. So it's really important that now I trim for this. So you can see me trimming now. So I'm good here. Just going to get straight with it. You can see I'm a little bit above the glide slope now. However, what I'm looking for now is the PAPI lights. Precision Approach Path Indicator lights. So I'm now using the ILS just to get me down a little bit. using that diamond there. So at the moment I'm way above it. So I'm going to throw myself down a little bit. And trim for it. There we go. You'll see it'll start to come back up again in a second. As I come down, the speed's good. As I come in, so I've now got 4 white lights. So I'm too high. You can see the white lights to the left of the runway. I'm too high. So as I'm coming in quite sharply. I've got a little bit of wind. You can see that there. I've got a 15 knot cross or 13 knot crosswind. Okay. Gonna get down again now. Okay, another check. Flaps 30. Landing gears down. Auto brake armed. There we go. We're ready to land. There we go. On par with the runway now. Got the ILS. Gonna bring that trim back. There we go. Trimming all the way down now. So what I do is I'm judging this with speed now. As we come in. I'm a little bit low, so I'm just going to level off for a second. Now I can see just underneath my wiper, I don't want to climb, but I started to climb then. Don't want to climb, I can still see the runway. There we go, now we're back. Engines will spool down. Again, there is a mode here, an automatic mode that we could use to land this. It would be a lot less jumpy in that than I am, but it's no fun using autopilot everywhere we go.
1000.
So I'm going to quickly set my head is set at 050. What I am going to do is I'm going to set this very quickly to there, because if I do have to go around, I'm going to go up to 3,000 feet. Okay, I've just wandered to the right. I've got an extra red there, which means I'm a little bit low. Red, you're dead. White, you're high. So just going to get back with that. Speed's good. Just going to bring that back a little bit.
500.
Just going to line up a little bit better than I am. There we go. One white light coming in. This is really good. Just going to soften that up there. Okay, exactly on the glide slope here.
400.
Okay, continuing.
300.
Just going to move just to the right a little bit. Here we go. This is good. Going to have a little crab
200.
here. At 50 feet, I'm going to pull the
100.
throttles.
Approaching minimums. 50.
Okay, throttles off.
40.
Looking down the runway.
30.
Throttles fully off.
20.
It's fine, I've got loads of runway left.
10.
10 feet, here we go. So I'm probably overdone it a little bit. I could have stopped way before now. Reverse thrust on. Still got plenty of runway left. So we landed quite long then. And we're a little bit to the left of the centre line, but yeah. Fully manual, I'm happy with that. Cool, once we're stopped, we'll hopefully get off this taxiway. Let's have a look. Yeah, we can. And for the first time, we're having the graphics issue. That's only because we are on the ground. Get our flaps up. Still got the graphics issue. We can't do anything about that, I'm afraid. We can get the flaps up now, but I can't do any of my checks that I need to do. So I think what I'll probably do is call it a night here. So that was our flight from Madeira to Manchester. And that is us done. So, thank you very much. Oh, here we go. We've got this. We won't taxi to the gate, but we will stop at the hold short line, which you've now gone past. We'll get. There you go. It's messed up again. So, thank you very much for watching this, and if you have been following it, and if you're watching offline after the stream's finished, thank you very much for visiting the channel. In the meantime, take care. Speak to you soon.